In this video, I'm going to explain how to lucid dream and how lucid dreaming actually helps you with your manifestations. Lucid dreaming can literally make you manifest on steroids. It makes it so much easier, so much quicker. And if you can master lucid dreaming, you can master manifestation. If we haven't met yet, hi, my name is Soma. I am your manifestation bestie, and on my channel you can find everything to do with manifestation, law of attraction, law of assumption, tarot, magic, astrology. So if that sounds like your jam, make sure you subscribe right now. So first I'm going to talk about what lucid dreaming is and how it works and how to do it, and then we're going to dive into the manifestation aspect of it. So lucid dreaming is when you are dreaming at night, you're asleep, and you realize that you are dreaming. You become conscious in your dream. You become aware of the fact that you are in a dream. You are able to then manipulate the dream and control it and do whatever you want because you know it's a dream. You get to interact and control the world. You can fly to different cities. You can time travel. You can go through space in different solar systems. You can visit people who have passed away. You can have conversations with aliens. You can literally do anything that you want because you are conscious of the fact that it's your dream and you control it. Now, I want to get into a little bit of why we dream in the first place. So the reason why we dream at all is it's a way for our brain to basically process the day that we've had, process our life. It's a way for our brain to categorize different events that have taken place, process big emotions and feelings, and categorize things. And it interprets everything that happens on a conscious level during the day, and it integrates it into your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind only stores what your brain classifies as the most important information. So it's a way for you to be able to basically imagine if your brain is like a computer, it's like saving it to a hard drive. So whatever is really important, your brain is like, okay, let's save it to the hard drive, which is your subconscious mind. And the reason why that's important is because there's only so much information we can store in our conscious mind. So in order to save space and increase efficiency, we move things to our subconscious mind, and it becomes automatic for us. This is why when we have certain habits or we have a certain way of thinking or a belief system, it's really difficult to change because it's hardwired. It's backed up in our hard drive in our subconscious mind. And this is why lucid dreaming is so useful, because you become aware of the fact that you are now processing the information that's happened through the day, and you also get to choose what gets saved in your hard drive, versus when things get saved to your subconscious mind, it's just an automatic process that you don't typically have influence over. In your lucid dreams, you can visualize success. You can visualize what your dream life looks like. You can rewrite old patterns and old belief systems that no longer serve you. You can basically choose what goes into your subconscious mind rather than it just being automatic. Now, this is how to actually lucid dream. It is so simple, but it does take time and it does take practice. First thing I would do is start keeping a dream journal. You need to keep a dream journal, okay? You need to start recalling your dreams every single night, or if you wake up in the middle of the night, you're gonna recall your dreams and write it down. I highly recommend writing it down, even if it's just in bullet point form, because it brings awareness to your dreams. You start to pay more attention to your dreams. Therefore, you're becoming more aware. And what we want is full awareness. We want full consciousness in your dreams. So allowing yourself to be more aware in your dreams, it's going to help to write it down. The next step is using reality checks. I'm someone who always kept a dream journal, so I've always just had that. But this second step is something that was new to me, and it made me able to lucid dream almost immediately. And it's something called reality checks. So you want to do this on a frequent basis. You want to check in your real life if you are dreaming or if you are awake. The reason you need to do this, even though if you're like, oh no, I know I'm awake, why would I need to check if I'm awake? Because you make it a habit. And habits always appear in your dreams. If you make it a waking life habit to check if you're dreaming or not, you will eventually start to do those reality checks in your dream. And trust me, the first time when I did a reality check and I realized I was in a dream, my heart almost stopped. I was so scared. I don't know why I was scared. I'm just in a dream, but I was so scared. Because you're so used to doing the reality checks in your waking life, and you're like, oh, not dreaming, not dreaming, not dreaming. And then the day comes when you are dreaming and it freaks you out. You get so excited, you get nervous, you get scared, you get all those feelings. So the reality check that I specifically used was counting my fingers. There's a few different ones you can do. I just count the fingers on my hand and I try to notice the details on my palm. Because in your dreams, the details aren't consistent. Everything is always moving around. It's very hazy. So when you look at your hand in your dream, you might have 6 fingers, 4 fingers, no fingers. There's no consistency in dreams. So I know I'm awake when I have 5 fingers on my hand and I can see the details in my palm. I can see the lines in my palm, and everything looks crystal clear and very consistent. So I'll always just randomly do a reality check. I do reality checks as often as I can remember them. If I'm waiting at the doctor's office, if I'm walking around, if I'm doing dishes, anytime I will just do a reality check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 fingers, I've got lines in my hand, I'm not dreaming. This is real life. So you want to do your reality check as often as possible, because the more routine it becomes, the more habitual it becomes, the more subconscious it becomes, the more likely you are to do a reality check in your dream. And so you really just need it to become a habit for yourself. Some other reality checks would be looking at a clock, not a digital clock. I mean, you could look at a digital clock, I guess, but it would be more like an analog clock, because time doesn't move in your dreams. Time is not linear in your dreams. So if you look at a clock, it's not going to go consistently forward with the second hand, the hour hand, the minute hand. It's not going to move forward. It's going to go warpy. It's going to move backwards. It's going to, distort itself. So that's another way to check if you are in reality or not. If you're someone who wears a watch, that's even better, because you can consistently check your watch to see if it's moving at a consistent pace forward. There are so many different reality checks. Essentially, you just want to notice the details. Anything that you can notice the details in. It could even be looking at your cell phone and looking at your home screen and seeing if your apps are jiggling around, if they're distorting and warping, or if they're stable and they're looking consistent. Okay, now the time will come where in your dream, you are doing your reality check and you realize you are dreaming. Don't freak out. I know you probably will freak out, because it's really scary and exciting the first time it happens. I remember the first time I did my reality check and I realized I was in a dream, I almost had a freaking heart attack. I was so scared and nervous. I was like, what do I do now? What does this mean? It was so creepy, because I was telling the other people in my dream I'm dreaming, but then I realized those people aren't real, they're me. It was a very creepy experience. But the first thing you need to do is calm yourself down. Remember, you're safe. You're just in a dream. Nothing's going to happen. Nothing bad is going to happen. You have full control, and this is where it gets exciting. Oftentimes, when you do wake up in your dream, your brain will automatically try to wake you up, because as soon as you gain consciousness in a dream, your brain thinks it's time to wake up. So it'll try to pull you out of the dream. If this happens to you and you feel yourself slipping out of the dream, you need to ground yourself. So in your dream, make yourself spin around in a circle to kind of ground yourself. It disturbs your vestibular system, and so it kind of resets reality for you. I always spin around in my dreams. Another thing you can do is you can rub your hands together, or you can have an affirmation for yourself. Just something to ground yourself back into the moment. For me, spinning around in a circle always just helps me focus in my dream. And so anytime I feel myself slipping out, I just literally make myself or my avatar, whoever I am in my dream, I make myself spin in a circle, and then oftentimes it will reset. Don't be upset if in your dream you start to forget it's a dream again and you fall back into the reality of it. This happens a lot where I'll realize that, oh, I'm dreaming, I'm awake. And I get super excited. I spin myself in a circle. I'm like, okay, I'm here. And then 2 seconds later, I forget that I'm dreaming again. And I just go on about my dream world. Don't be upset if that happens. Just know that with time, you'll do another reality check again and you'll remember you're still dreaming. So it'll just take time. And if you do happen to wake up and your body does wake you up in the dream, just simply close your eyes again and try to focus on the last moment where you left the dream and try to fall back into the dream. That's it. Just go right back to sleep and try not to disturb yourself and just try to sink back into the dream. Now, once you are lucid in your dream, you can literally do anything. You can make anything happen for you. You can decide to live out your dreams. You can decide to talk to your crush. You could talk to your ex. You can get closure on situations that you never got closure on. You can go and yell at someone. You can go take out your anger at something. You can do anything in your dreams without any repercussions. And it's a great way to exercise control over your reality. The best thing to do in your dreams when you are lucid is to visualize what you want to achieve and what you want to manifest. manifest. Something that I frequently like to do is I like to live out my dream scenario of what I want my life to be in a few years. So I'll just live in the future. I'll live in my desired reality. Something else I like to do is get closure on old situations or traumatic events. I'll go back and talk to people who did me wrong. I'll have conversations with them. I'll express how I felt if I never got to. Sometimes I'm even yelling and screaming. I'm just expressing myself in my dreams in order to get closure, and it helps a lot. Another thing you can do is, if you do struggle with trauma, go back in time in your dream and visit your younger self. Literally, you can go back in time and see little you and have a conversation with little you. Give yourself a hug, comfort yourself, tell yourself that you're there. I haven't been able to do this one yet. I'm working on it, but it's something that I really want to do, is just go back in time and give little me a hug and just spend some time with little me and heal some of the trauma that I went through. Now, this is the importance of being able to control your dreams and being lucid. When you are lucid dreaming, it is pure imagination. You have absolutely no resistance. Things can manifest in your dream in seconds. The fabric of the world is not three-dimensional, it's two-dimensional, so things can happen immediately. In your dream, you'll imagine something and boom, it's right there. In your dream, you'll be scared of something and boom, your fear is right there. And so you're able to manifest in your dreams with zero resistance. You'll start to realize that the language of your subconscious mind is imagination and emotion. If you feel a strong emotion about something, it'll pop up in your dream. If you imagine something, it'll pop up in your dream. And the faster you can realize that the way to communicate with your subconscious mind, the faster you can communicate with it in the waking world. Your subconscious mind also controls your waking world, because the waking world is just another dream. This world that you see around you, yes, it's tangible, yes, it's 3D, yes, it's more consistent, but it is still just a dream. Your waking world is also subjective and belief-driven. Things that happen to you in the waking world are just as much under your control and influence as your dream. And allowing yourself to be the creator of your dreams will help you become the creator of your life. Your entire world, your entire waking world, is just a reflection of your subconscious mind. It's just a projection. It's just a more solid and tangible one. Now, the reason why the waking world seems more real is just because it is more solid and it's more consistent and it's more dense. That's also why it feels like manifestations can take longer in your waking world rather than in your dream world. But you can still manipulate it just the same. It'll just be like shaping clay instead of shaping air. Now, manipulating your waking dream works the same as manipulating your lucid dream. The first thing is you have to become aware of the fact that you are dreaming in the waking world. You have to allow yourself to wake up to the fact that you have full control over this waking life and that it's actually just another layer of a dream. Every single thing that you interact with, whether I'm interacting with my desk, I'm interacting with my neighbors, I'm interacting with family, friends, strangers, they are all projections of my mind. And the same goes for you. I'm a projection of your mind. The sooner you can wake up and realize that this life is just another dream, the sooner you will have the capability to control it. You have to see waking life as a mirror, not a fact. Now, in order to change your waking world, it's the exact same as in your dream. You have to assume something is true in order for it to become true. So when you're in your lucid dream and you want something to happen, let's say you want to make yourself fly, you have to focus and concentrate on the fact that you want yourself to fly. And you have to imagine yourself flying, and then all of a sudden in your lucid dream, you will be flying. The same thing goes for your waking world. If you want something to happen, you want to manifest something, you have to act as if it's already happening. You have to imagine it already happening, and then it will happen. If you falter in your focus, if you get distracted, it will not manifest, just like in your dreams. If in your dreams you're trying to focus on making something happen and you get distracted, or you forget that it's a dream, you lose all control again. And the same goes for your fears. If there is something that you're constantly worrying about or fearing in your waking world, you are attracting that. That is what is going to happen to you. Just like in your dreams. And I know I have this nightmare a lot. I have nightmares of tsunamis a lot. I don't know why. Ever since I was 12 years old, I've had the same recurring nightmare of tsunamis. It's one of my biggest fears. I'm not sure why. I don't even live somewhere where tsunamis happen. I live in Miami, but it's something that I've been terrified of since I was a kid. And anytime I'm in a dream and I'm feeling a little bit stressed out, my mind straight away goes to, holy shit, I hope a tsunami doesn't happen. What do you think happens next in my dream? A tsunami happens in my dream. I attracted the tsunami by fearing it because I gave emotion and attention to it. So same thing in your waking world. Anytime you want to attract something, good or bad, you have to combine your attention with your emotion and it will appear. It will appear. So make sure, even if you are scared of something or you fear something, do not give it your attention plus your emotion. It's okay to be scared of something and have fears around something, but don't give it your attention. Try your best to just, I'm not giving it my attention. Yeah, I'm scared of it. Yeah, it's freaky, but I'm not going to give it my attention. And only give your attention, your focus, and your emotions to things that you do want to happen in your waking world. It works the exact same as your lucid dreams. So that's why I feel like in order to manifest faster and become a master at manifestation in your waking world, to become the controller of your reality, to really step up and be able to harness what you want and juice it out of life, you have to master lucid dreaming because it's basically like a practice for how to do it in waking life. If you can master controlling your dreams where there's zero resistance, you will surely master controlling your reality and controlling this 3D waking dream. It'll also show you just how powerful you are. You can do so many things in your dreams that seem impossible in waking life, and the more you do the impossible in your dreams, the more your subconscious mind will be open to the idea that the impossible is possible. You are literally creating new possibilities for yourself. And the more similarities you'll start to see between your dreams and your waking world, you'll realize they're not that different from each other. The only difference in your waking world is consistency, is the fact that your episode continues when you wake up in the morning and everything continues the same. That's literally the only difference, is consistency. And so the sooner you start to lucid dream, the sooner you'll start to see the similarities between the two, and you'll be able to control both. And you'll be able to make life whatever the fuck you want it to be. It's all under your control. Make sure you save this video. Save it, because you're gonna wanna come back to it and maybe rewatch it a few times, because the first time you listen to this information, it may not completely sink in. So I highly recommend you come back to this video, watch it again, or even just take notes on what to do for the lucid dreaming aspect, because you're gonna wanna revisit that on a frequent basis to remind yourself of what to do in order to start lucid dreaming. So if you're gonna try all this and you're gonna lucid dream, I want you to drop this emoji. And I want you to come back and tell me what happens when you do lucid dream. I want you to tell me what you were able to control or any synchronicities that you've noticed. Also, if you found value in this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you did find value and you did like this video, odds are you are going to love the videos on my channel. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on the bell notification so you do not miss when I upload. And I will see you in my next video. Bye. Mwah.